Hello, welcome back. So let's take a look at our code now. So this is our app.js. We recently updated it. So this is where we will bring in the modules or the packages that we're using. So this is const express require. We'll use the require keyword to bring in packages. So we are bringing in express body parser to help us transmit JSON. Express so that which is another model that sits on top of the Node server. It's a framework that sits on the Node server to help creation of API and make it easier. Body parser for JSON. Then the theme model that we created. You remember the theme schema that enables us to enforce good structure in our database. We brought it in here. Then the Mongoose, which helps us to talk to the Mongo Atlas database. So this is where we did the connection, mongoose.connect. Then we put the connection string, noting our password and our username. Then if the connection is successful, we have successfully connected to the MongoDB Atlas. If not, it will write unable to connect, which is the catch error that we have here. Now, this is a global JSON that will enable us global body parser.json to enable our code to be able to read and transfer JSON, the JavaScript object. And now this is app.use, where we enable cross-origin transfer to enable cross-origin transfer of data. Now, since we are having our, if you're serving your node different from where you're getting your front end, you need these calls to allow this cross-origin movement of data and enable the code to work. So you remember we explained it earlier. So we use this middleware to enable cars. Now we have the app.post. I want you to note the sequence. We did the post route first. Then after the post route, we now have the get route. That's for getting a single item, a single thing. Then after that we have put, which is updating a single thing. Then delete, which is deleting a single thing. Then we now have the other get route for getting everything. And then we exported this app. So make sure that you, after having these codes, I've already kept the code snippet for you so that you can update. Now, make sure that your server is running. Make sure it's listening to port 3000 and also that the connection to the MongoDB Atlas is working. And that is what I enabled in bash run. So I also have another bash, another terminal, where I'm running the ng-serve. The ng-serve is the server for the front end. So you must make sure that both of them are running, so that when you check, it will be working. So you can see these two things. So if I click on this one, say this one, I can click on modify. You see this 900 ending it. I can modify this 900 to 555. Then I click on update. You can see that it's updating. It's now 555. I didn't have a URL for pictures. That's why my pictures are not showing. So if I click on sell a thing and put a new thing, let's say I call it Bob. Then I have price 5,000 or 500,000. Then I have anything here and anything here. Then I click on submit. So I should be able to see the new thing. You see Bob is now here. If let's say this thing 1, I click on it. If I want to delete it, you see it's showing. Even I have a picture, the picture would have been showing before this. So if I click on delete, thing 1 will no longer be here. So I'm having Bob and Mama. So you see, so the whole CRUD operations, all of them are working perfectly. So take note of what is done here. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Now we're going to explore the exercise that is given in Openclassroom, which is what we are going to be solving. So this is the exercise, build REST API. So if I click on this activity to create a REST API, so I want us to solve this together. When we solve it together, we should be able to get to solve this and make sure that we've gotten our certificate for REST API. So I'm trying to open this now. Um, okay, so you can see it's loading. I want to load up the assignment that is given so that we can, you see, do your activity. Read the instructions carefully, then do the activity in the best of your ability. Once you finish, submit your work in zip file. So I'm going to click on continue. So you will find all the information you need to succeed in completing your activity within the instructions. Take time to read them thoroughly before getting started. Once you've finished, send your file in zip format at the bottom of the page. Okay, so they want us to finish and send our this thing in form of zip file. So we'll finish the work, we'll send it in form of zip file. So what is the instruction, or what are the instructions? You will create a RESTful API for an online recipe app. So we are creating a API for an online recipe app using Express, Node, and MongoDB. Your Express app will serve up by the Node server running on port. You see, the same thing. Your Express app serving the Node server, serving the Node server running on, serving up the Node server running on port 3000, and it will be connected to MongoDB cluster. You will be implementing the following endpoint: the get. This is the get for all things. Then this get for single thing, post, put, and delete. This same API that we'll just rehearse now. The front end app has already been built and can be pulled from the repo. So this is our front end. So I'm going to right click and open it up. So just the same way we did for the other one, we have to clone this and do ng-serve and everything. It can be run in the same way as the course example by first running npm install and then ng-serve. So we can do this. Then you do not need to create a new MongoDB Atlas account or cluster if you already have one. You can use the same cluster as a new collection. You see, as a new collection will be created automatically, so long as you use a different model name, say recipe instead of theme. You see, so it's typically very simple to do. Deliverables, you will provide the URL to the Git repo containing your project. Your project will contain at least a server.js file containing your Node server, an app.js file containing your Express app, a package.json file containing all necessary dependencies, a model folder containing the recipe model in Mongoose. After cloning and an npm install, your app must run with the command node server or nodemon server. The maker will be running the front end app in parallel, and it must work seamlessly with your API. Evaluated skills. This activity will allow you to put skills below into practice. Put the skills below into practice. Your activity will be evaluated by your peers according to the stated evaluation criteria for each skills. Now, create a RESTful API using Node, Express, and this evaluation criteria. Running Node server or nodemon server spins the Node server up correctly, serving the Express app. Each endpoint is implemented using separate middleware. The correct HTTP methods are used in each middleware. No cause error occur. All promise errors are caught and sent back to the client. Suitable HTTP status codes are attributed to each response. Now use Mongoose to access a MongoDB database in an Express app. That's another one. Evaluation criteria. The Express app is able to correctly connect to the MongoDB Atlas cluster. A sensible recipe schema is built using Mongoose, including any required fields is exported to model. Then appropriate Mongoose methods are used properly for database access in various app routes. Now send your activity. So once you're done, you can now click here and download your activity. You can write a comment for the student who will be evaluating you. So you now click on submit. So I would like us to do this together. So everybody in our group, we are going to do it and be able to evaluate ourselves. So I will want somebody to evaluate me. I'll be able to do this and send up the whole code both in zip file and to my GitHub. So I want you to go to the GitHub, be able to get this code and assess me and see whether I did the right thing. So in subsequent videos, I'll be summarizing the one that I've done for these assignments so that you can appreciate them and use them. Please take note of the summaries that I made there. If you have any questions and concerns, drop them in the comment section. Thank you.